Hi everyone, live here on a Monday night at 8:38. I am CBS 19 Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony inside the CBS 19 studio. Thanks for watching us here on our CBS 19 Plus stream, also on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. If you have any questions, comments, like to share any information, photos from the weather day or over the weekend, please post those in the comments below. We'd love to show those on air tonight on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. Hot day today, up to 95 degrees. Yesterday was just about as hot, or was hotter at 96 degrees. Next couple of days, we're going to start to ease into late August, early September kind of weather pattern. We still have a hot day tomorrow. Well, let's call it less hot, because if it's 91 or 92, that's not 100, right? Once we get into Wednesday, we're likely in the 80s. Then we're going to pop back into the 90s on Thursday, and then wait till I show you what happens Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day. We're not talking about late August, early September temperatures at all. These are more like the end of September. It's like we fast forwarded to perhaps what some would describe as false fall. Have you experienced false fall here in East Texas? And by the way, a couple of years ago, you'll remember we had highs today, the record high today, 2 years ago, 108 degrees. Nowhere near that today. We know it gets plenty hot enough, especially late August and into September. Sometimes that heat can just stick around and it's really tough to get rid of. This year, it's just going to be a little bit of a different story. 85 right now outside. We have a south-southeast wind around 6 miles an hour. The sun set 7:54 tonight. Last week, we had the sunset at 8 p.m., the last 8 o'clock sunset until April 28th of next year. I got to tell you, just this little bit of ragweed today getting to me. The eyes are watering. I mean, ragweed is my kryptonite. I don't know if you guys have any kind of weed pollen or maybe mold spores that just kind of get you down, cause some postnasal drip, sneezing, sniffling, runny eye, watery eyes. I mean, mine is ragweed, and boy, just that little bit today. I'm sure it's higher once we got to the afternoon. All right, let's talk about the temperatures next 5 days. Tomorrow, 91, slight dip in the temperature, 88. Though I got to bring this up, and I'll show you this in just a second. 91 in Tyler, but if you live close to Interstate 30, if you're watching us tonight from Mount Pleasant or Mount Vernon, maybe closer to, let's say, Jefferson, you could have highs tomorrow that are in either the upper 70s to low 80s. The frontal boundary pushes down to about Interstate 30, tries to push down closer to Interstate 20, and then it pushes back to the north on Wednesday. Wednesday, we feel it a little bit more with more cloud cover, some rain showers closer to the Arklatex, and so the highs around 88. Then a warm front zooms through here Thursday, and we have a high temperature of 94. Then the cold front sweeps through Thursday night into Friday, dropping the temperatures back down into the lower 80s. All right, so here you go with future temperatures. Out the door tomorrow, not bad. I do think the humidity's coming up just a little bit today. We had dew points to the lower 60s, and in the afternoon in August, that felt fantastic. I think it'll be a little more humid tomorrow, so probably some dew on the grass, trying to cut grass or something like that. But look at these highs. This is Interstate 30 right here from Linden back toward Mount Pleasant, upper 70s. Jefferson around 80 degrees. I could see Gilmer, Mineola, low to mid 80s. But Tyler and Longview are going to get closer to 90. And then once you get into deep East Texas, you're just back, you're in the middle of summer. 93 at Nacogdoches and Center, Crockett 94, Palestine 92, Groveton at 93. Lufkin and San Augustine, interesting to note that we've got temperatures in the lower 80s to mid 80s. There's a chance to have an isolated thunderstorm in deep East Texas tomorrow afternoon. This almost reminds me, remember the gum, fruit stripe gum? Or Lifesavers comes in a roll. It's like green, yellow, orange, red, cherry, orange, lemon, lime. That's kind of what this looks like here when I show you this map. So we got lemons and limes tomorrow morning, reverting back to lemons, oranges, cherries, and strawberries. If we wanted to equate the colors on the map tomorrow to fruits. 82 in Marshall tomorrow. Or by Wednesday, 82. That's going to feel great. Mount Pleasant's still in the upper 70s. But now you start to see just a little bit of cooler air make it till Tyler, Longview, and Henderson, and Center. But Palestine and Athens, Crockett, Groveton, Lufkin, lower 90s. So we're holding on to summer there. And then the warm front's going to sweep through here Thursday into Friday, and all of us are back into the low to mid 90s. I only have data out till 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon. So I'm going to get in about a half hour, 6 more hours of data And we will show you that tonight on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. All right, looking at rainfall reports. Saturday afternoon, it rained in western Smith County right on Tyler Pounds, about a ½ inch. And it took the rainfall total for the month of August above average. Longview and Lufkin, no such luck. So for the month, below average there by about a ½ to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall. But for the year, everywhere doing pretty well. Tyler, in fact, is 6 1/4 inches ahead for the year. Longview's about 3 inches ahead for the year, and Lufkin has more than 7 inches on the surplus side in the rain gauge. What about the next 6 to 10 days? Temperatures are forecast to drop below average here between the end of August and the first 4 days of September. So below average temperatures, meaning that it has to be cooler than about 92 or 93 degrees. And it looks like that's going to be easy because it looks like we're going to be in the 80s through that time frame. In addition, we do have average or above average favored to likely across all of Texas. In fact, West Texas, it looks like it's highly likely in that darker green. This doesn't necessarily tell you that you're going to get a lot more rain. This is sort of the percentages that you'll have above average temperature. So right in here, you have about an equal chance of having average water rainfall to above average rainfall. You get into the slightly darker green area, it's a better chance, and then this would be about a 75% chance that you're going to have above average rainfall. When we look at the temperatures, we looked at that already. It was the same story there with that blue area, that darker blue area, giving us a better chance for below average temperatures. All right, rainfall chances next 7 days. Tomorrow, isolated shower, widely scattered on Wednesday, more scattered Thursday, more widespread by Friday and Saturday morning, and then becoming isolated again next Sunday and Monday. When you look at the rainfall over the next 7 days, this purple area here, and we'll zoom this in just a second, we'll be able to show you how much rain we're talking about. Look at this strip of bright red. So the bright red corresponds with about 4 inches of rainfall from Tulsa and Joplin, Missouri, through Fort Smith to Little Rock, all the way down almost to Jackson, Mississippi. But when we zoom this in here, you're going to see this dark purple area. That is going to be, if you compare your legend on the left-hand side to the contour, and I threw some numbers in here just for a little bit of guidance, 1.5 to 3 inches of rainfall from Interstate 20 to the south, a solid ½ to maybe an inch of rainfall north of Interstate 20. Again, that's over the next 7 days. Most of this starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think is the big rain day, and then in the morning, and then Sunday it starts to dry out a little bit, and Labor Day should be dry. It's probably Friday night, Saturday, the way things are setting up right now in terms of the timing on that rain. Right now, satellite and radar picture, clouds are moving, dropping southward. So the front is trying to push closer to the Red River. I'm going to call it partly cloudy tonight around Tyler and Longview. It's probably mainly clear over Deep East Texas. The showers moving northwest to southeast, so it looks like they may cross over the Red River here late tonight and clip some of our northern counties closer to Interstate 30. There's another cluster of showers and thunderstorms coming off the Rockies following that same northwesterly flow. Nothing severe here, nothing too widespread, but you'll see the showers kind of hugging the Red River with isolated showers popping up tomorrow afternoon. And that trend continues, especially Wednesday morning. And some of those showers could dip down as far south as Henderson or Jacksonville or even Carthage Wednesday morning. And then that continues. Heavier rain moves through the Arklatex Wednesday afternoon. We should dry out Thursday afternoon. Lots of sunshine. We do have some high school football games kicking off Thursday evening. We've got to watch that, though, because there is a chance. You see those showers up there? The timing on this will be such, this could come in early Friday morning, but it could also come in late Thursday night. So any high school football games up towards, say, Winsboro, maybe up toward Linden or something of that nature, if they don't play till Friday, well, even Friday looks like it could be dicey when it comes to the rainfall. So we'll keep an eye on that front, but that's Thursday at 1 o'clock. High pressure over South Texas, keeping all of Deep East Texas on the dry side. All right, rainy, cooler pattern ahead, starting Thursday and continuing into the weekend. There's this little ripple here. That's the chance of rain Thursday. We've got stronger jet stream winds here across the Great Lakes and Ohio River Valley. So if there's going to be a stronger storm, it's up here. We have a fairly weak flow. Excuse me. Fairly weak flow aloft coming out of the northwest across East Texas. So Thursday, those are just scattered showers. Again, that's why I think Friday has the better chance, or Thursday night into Friday. All right, let's talk about the tropics before we get back to the forecast. This is Fernand, and it is headed out to sea. Not a big deal at all. And now we come down to the tropics. There was a lot of buzz over this cluster of showers and thunderstorms here as it came across the Windward Island. There was talk that this would become an organized tropical system and move into the Western Caribbean, perhaps into the Gulf. But it has weakened considerably. We'll go over why it's weakened considerably here. Oh, man, I meant to stop that. That area up there to the top of the banner, I wonder if I can drag this down here. I don't know if I can drag that down. I can't. Anyway, with the cooler water here is what Aaron did. As Hurricane Aaron went by the East Coast, it pulled up cooler water from the deeper depths of the ocean. And so all of a sudden you see what they call scarring, hurricane scarring. So the water suddenly is dropped below 80 degrees along the East Coast. So it'll take some time for that to recover. Meantime, right here off the coast of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, north of Merida, right in the Central Gulf, 85-degree plus temperatures when it comes to water temperatures. So if anything could get organized here and move into that very warm air or water, you would have a possibility of having an organized system. And the warm water depth here south of Cuba, east of the Yucatan Peninsula, this is going down to probably, this is 160 feet down, but the water temperature there is easily getting close to 80 degrees that deep into the water. So again, if something could get organized, it would be able to bring up all this warm water from deeper depths of the ocean, use that warm, moist air to grow into something. And there is no shear here, but anything that would come through this area has to encounter this area of shear. So likely as a cluster of showers and thunderstorms moves through this area, it gets torn apart and would be just a weakly organized system by the time it got here. And then would it have time to recover before it moved onshore, or could it make a hard turn into the Gulf? Right now, in the next 7 days, there's no forecast for that to happen. That area of shear is certainly going to keep things under control. All right, tonight, partly cloudy skies, warm and pleasant. We'll drop to 72 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, hour by hour, we're pushing upper 80s. I think we can pop to 91 maybe by about 4 o'clock. We've got a light east-northeast wind at about 3 to 8 miles an hour. Humidity probably still under control tomorrow. No heat advisories are expected, but please respect the heat. Make sure you're still drinking plenty of water. 91 at Tyler, 86 at Gilmer, 94 at Nacogdoches, 94 also at Center and at Crockett. So it's hot in deep East Texas, cooler closer to the Arklatex, and a little bit below average right along the I-20 corridor. Here's your Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine Joint Hospital 10-day forecast. 91 tomorrow, 88 on Wednesday, 94 on Thursday, 81 with scattered thunderstorms on Friday. Saturday morning, chance for morning showers, 83. Then 83 on Sunday. Labor Day right now looks pretty nice, 86 degrees, 86 on Tuesday, 88 Wednesday, and 87 by Thursday, rounding out that 10-day forecast. Again, we'll get new data in coming up here in about 20 minutes and sharing that with you on CBS 19 News at 10 o'clock. If you have any questions, please post those on our Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, if you'd like. Thanks for watching us also on our CBS 19 Plus stream. We'll see you in about an hour. Have a great evening, everyone.